Okay, let's talk about reporting severe weather. When it comes to reporting tornadoes and funnel clouds, please call those immediately into 911 and they will relay that information to the National Weather Service. If you're not able to get through to them, go ahead and contact the National Weather Service office. Please report all storm damage, wall clouds, hail 1 inch or larger, wind speeds 58 miles per hour or greater, and flooding to the National Weather Service. And in a minute, I'm going to show you a couple of different ways you can do it online. But first, I want to go ahead and share with you some important safety information. This is provided to us by Spotter Network, and we really appreciate this information. Here's a great link that talks in detail about how to be safe when it comes to spotting storms. They have shared with us 10 golden spotter safety rules, and we appreciate Spotter Network for this information. I'm not going to share every one of these. I ask you to please go through these carefully, but I will share a few of them. It's very important that we follow all the directives from public safety officials when we're out and about. But remember ACES. It means awareness, communication, escape routes, and safety zones. Awareness is just being aware of the weather, and being aware of your surroundings when it comes to severe weather. These supercells and squall lines, the environment surrounding these systems is very dangerous. Make sure you have good communication, good information coming into your location, wherever you are, whether you're at home or in your vehicle, and have multiple ways of receiving information through your smartphone, through computers, laptops, weather radio, and amateur radio equipment, and always have a north, south, east, west escape route so you don't get caught. And then maintain a good safety zone from other traffic. Number 4 is always activate emergency services. What that means is if you see a tornado or a funnel cloud, call that in to 911. Those communities need to know as soon as possible so they could activate their warning systems to protect their communities. And of course, never place yourself in an unprotected location so that you're overrun by the storm. And then of course, I'll share a couple more things. Watch out for those down power lines. They're always energized, and we don't want you to get hurt from that. And of course, be careful with those overhead obstructions like trees and power lines, because they can become a safety issue, especially when the winds increase, let's say over 70 miles an hour. Tree branches can fall, power lines can fall, and we don't want those to land on top of you. So a lot of good safety rules in here, and I encourage you to please go through them very carefully. When it comes to hail reporting, please call in the largest hailstone. Can you guess which one here is the largest? These two look pretty close. The one on the left, the one on the right here, the one with the little leaf in it. But I'm going to go with the one with the leaf, and the best way to go is to go ahead and measure that with a ruler. If you don't have a ruler, you can compare it to a sporting ball, and that's fine too. But we appreciate your reports very much. It gives us some idea of actually how big that hail really is. Again, radar has an idea, but it doesn't know 100% unless you tell us. When it comes to hail reporting, also, just remember, please try not to use references to marbles, because we're not for sure what size marble you're talking about. The best thing is probably coins. That's if you have some coins in your pocket. If you're like me, I don't always carry coins in my pocket. And when it comes to estimating wind speeds, if you have a device like this, that would be awesome. If not, I know some of you are really good at estimating winds, or what's even better is just tell us what kind of damage is occurring. What kind of damage are the winds producing? Just that is in and of itself is very helpful to us. But what's also important is the time that the event occurred, and the location. And so we recommend using this little reminder here: time, event, and location. Here's an example. This is a trained Skywarn spotter at 4:05 p.m. I drove through baseball-sized hail at Chadbourne and Loop 306. Of course, this is here in San Angelo, Texas, and 4:05 p.m. is the time. The baseball-sized hail is the event, and there's your location on the loop at Chadbourne. When it comes to reporting, you can use Spotter Network. You can go there. You can take some training. They have some great training there. You pass a test, and then you're allowed to report. And that information comes immediately into the National Weather Service Operations Center. We also have a MPing app. It's awesome. No training, no test is required on this. You just load this onto your Apple or Android device, and then you can go ahead and report just about anything, except it doesn't have wall clouds. We do want you to report with wall clouds to the National Weather Service. Finally, if you have a rain gauge like this, a plastic 4-inch gauge, it'd be awesome. for you to join this little organization. It's called CoCoRaHS. It stands for the Community Collaborative Rain, Hail, and Snow Network. Let me explain why this came to be. Back in 1997, Fort Collins experienced a devastating flash flood where rainfall varied from less than 2 inches on the east side to over 14 inches on the west side. Caused a lot of damage. And because of that, the folks decided we do need more rain gauges, and that's been absolutely true, because these thunderstorms can drop rainfall, distribute rainfall in different amounts over a short period of distances. So because of that, this organization was formed, and it's called CoCoRaHS. That's what it stands for, and mainly it allows you to report rain, hail, and snow. Again, using that 4-inch plastic rain gauge. If you have one of those, feel free to register your gauge and your account with this organization. And all that information that you report does come into our office. And also, if there was some significant weather going on, whether big hail, maybe some heavy snow, or lots of heavy rainfall, you can report that, and that information immediately comes into the National Weather Service office. Again, your reports are very valuable to all of our forecasters inside the National Weather Service, because all of the information that you give us, we basically incorporate and we send it back out into our updated statements or warnings. If you want more information to reference all the things that we discussed with this YouTube Skywarn class, you can go to this website right here, or you can search online for National Weather Service Weather Spotters Field Guide. It will take you to this book. It's an awesome book that has a lot of good information in there, just to provide that reference for you as you go spotting. And finally, I want you to know we can't do our job without you, and we really appreciate all your help. Your reports are very valuable to the warning system, and we know that they help us save lives. Again, thank you so much for taking your time to go through this YouTube video.